2, 3, 4, 5.
My mama used to tell me I should stop to get to 10. When I got to 1, I was doing okay. When I got to 2, I gotta do it all day. But when I got to 3, started bugging me. Couldn't do no more at the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I got to 3, started bugging me. Couldn't do no more at the 4. Again, I decided I should try to stop and catch a turn. Once I got to 1, I was doing alright. When I got to 2, thought I should do it all night. But when I got to 3, started bugging me. Couldn't do no more at the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I got to 3, started bugging me. Couldn't do no more at the 4. I killed 4 men just for talking back to me. The judge said, son, you should have kept your head. Now your life is wasted and we got 4 dead. So let's make a bet. How about you guess how many life sentences you get? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's make a bet. How about you guess how many life sentences you get?
Welcome to Audio Carnage Podcast. Today we got Tristan Thorndyke and the Rock and Roll Cannibals. So go ahead and from my right, go ahead and introduce yourself for anybody who's just listening. Say who you are and what you do in the band.
I'm Glabman. I'm the drummer.
My name is Tristan Thorndyke. I am the lead singer and guitarist. This is Ace, and he is our temporary mascot for the evening.
Yeah, and I'm Jim Carr. I'm the temporary bass player for the evening.
How many albums have you been on with him?
He's been on more of actually he's worked with me more than any other person I've ever worked with.
Which is amazing because I'm so irritating.
You do have a personality.
And I'm also not known for my patience.
Right,
but
so how does it work? Must be the beer.
I like you.
Well, I love you. So.
Oh, shucky dang darn.
So where is everybody originally from? What do you call like home?
Denton, Texas.
I always feel sorry for people from Texas.
I was born there.
Well, don't you can feel sorry for me. I was born in Elkhart, Indiana, but I'm not really from there.
Where were you? Where do you think you're from?
That's a really good question. Where do you think you're from?
Well, I mean, I claim North Texas. I was born in Gainesville, but Denton's been my true home as an adult.
I'm gonna guess his mother's vagina.
Yeah,
Me too.
Care of his
very
mother's
very
vagina.
likely. Well, I think that I lived in New York longer than anywhere else, so I guess I'm a New Yorker.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in San Francisco, grew up in Carrollton.
When did you move to Carrollton?
I was like 1 or 2, so I don't have any memories of living in San Francisco, but lived in Denton 2012 to 2018, moved to Denver. Now I'm back for this show and recording. It's like to be here.
So you flew in from Denver also?
Drove down.
Oh,
But
shit.
yeah.
Okay. That's a long drive.
Yeah, no, I'm not checking my drums. No way.
Oh, that's fair. Did you check your guitar?
Rode with
No, I didn't.
He carried it on.
It was
Never
my
let it
carry.
go.
You get one carry-on and one personal item.
Gotcha.
So my carry-on was my guitar, and my personal item was a backpack with, my lyrics and notes and clothes as I could pack.
And your
I,
medication.
yeah, and ibuprofen and Tums and stuff like that.
The
Stuff you need
necessities.
whenever you're traveling.
Yeah, and of course, like toothbrush, shaving razor,
Wow.
and I shipped my merchandise to a friend in town.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
Be able to ship it ahead of time. I would have never thought about that. Yeah, if we ever do any long stuff, I'm gonna remember that. So, what would you say your favorite like local smaller venue is? It could be alive or dead. Just something that isn't one of the big House of Blues or Bomb Factory or any of the other ones in Vegas. But like, what would favorite small venue?
Favorite small venue? I like Rubber Gloves.
Killer Tacos? No.
Killers is no more.
I know.
But I do think the Chikuri, whatever the word is, that is the title, the new burrito spot that's opening up there. I think they're going to be doing some music stuff. From what I understand, they're friendly to the music scene, so that'd be nice because Killers was always welcoming.
We usually played at Andy's here. Where else do we play?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved Andy's. I was gonna say I like Rubber Gloves and Andy's.
Yeah.
I like to go into J&J's to see.
Although Rubber Gloves has a nicer
Pizza
green
in the
room.
basement, man.
That's like
Slice.
Andy's. If you're listening, step up your green room game.
We have at J&J's basement, did we do that?
Huh?
I don't think ever did, but I've seen a bunch of bands there.
That was a fun place to play. Mainly,
Right.
also, you sell me whenever you give me a free slice of pizza and a beer. I'm pretty easy selling that.
But
one.
I just want to make it clear that like I absolutely love both Andy's and Rubber Gloves.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
both great venues to play.
Yeah.
Love
Gloves
and
is
also I
so
love
welcoming.
the staff there. The staff's great.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
Chad
have a
is
lot of friends on the
amazing,
staff.
and all the bartenders.
And Erica Pipes is amazing at Andy's. She's a good friend of mine, and she's one of the people in town I respect the most.
Also, shout out Scott Vladimir, the sound guy
Yeah.
at Gloves. He always works his ass off. So, what about favorite local band? Like,
Kennedy Cox for me.
Ooh,
Just
Kennedy
hands
Cox
down.
is Joanne's such a personality.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun to see live.
Like if Jim Morrison had a granddaughter or something.
If like Jim Morrison and Blondie had a baby,
Yeah.
that's the way I would put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Man, I always liked seeing actually Criminal Birds back in the day. I don't know if you ever caught wind of them, but they were a lot of fun to watch. Like, man, 7, 8 years ago.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember. I went to a lot of house
They were
shows
kinda
around that era.
Indie rock. They were a lot of fun.
That's what I miss
And they
most
happened
about them.
they went to high school with a really good friend of mine, so she like introduced me to all the guys, and I met them as a group of friends before, I knew they were a band, so it was just, hey, it's the guys, we're gonna go see them play.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a lot of fun.
Jim, what about yourself?
Well, I'm woefully ignorant.
It can be like anything that's non like, what's a band that somebody should check out that
Oh, they should check out Fumic Bubba.
Fumic Bubba?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Ooh, McBubba.
Well, that's the First United Methodist Church big band,
Okay.
which is a very silly way of saying.
I do love big band music.
Yeah, they're actually pretty darn good.
Churches tend to pull really, really talented musicians also. What is the best concert you've ever been to?
For me, it would probably be David Bowie.
What year was this?
It was his very last tour. It was called a reality tour. I was 16. So, let me see, I was born in 86. So, let's see.
2002?
Somewhere around there. 2002, 2003. Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Ray, my math wasn't wrong there. Yeah. Never seen Bowie. That I'm sure.
Well, no, because let's see, I graduated in 2004. So yeah, 2002 sounds about right for 16.
Man, best ever. It's a big title. I recently saw this year. I saw Between the Buried and Me play all the way through the Parallax 2, which is my favorite album of theirs. It's what got me into
They're a
them.
great show.
They're super, just all of them insanely talented musicians.
I
and they
saw
all
them back
come
in the
together
metalcore
and-
days.
Nice,
So good.
I've seen them a few times now. That was like my third time seeing them, and yeah, they never disappoint. They're so
Where'd you see
good.
them?
In Denver at man, what the hell venue was it? Couldn't even tell you. Forget the name of the spot. It was really nice though. I'd never been. It was also Thank You Scientists was playing with them. I don't know if you know them, but they're super out there. Kind of horn section, jazz fusion stuff. They get pretty funky, but between the Buried and Me, we definitely.
When was this? You might have already said it, though.
That was just a few months ago. It was
Okay,
early July of this year. So
How was the weather was it indoor or outdoor?
it was indoor.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to a summer outdoor show this year, and I've been to a summer indoor show this year, and man, the outdoor one was a squelcher.
Yeah.
We talked about it. I feel bad for Guar.
For real. Sweating through those
Do you
suits.
know Volvatron? Are you aware of Volvatron from Guar?
Familiar, not like.
After Dave Brocky died, chick.
She's not in the band anymore.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
But she's a close friend of mine.
Oh, that's really that's
Known her
really cool.
For like close to 20 years now.
Shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, we used to play shows together in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Nice. How do y'all know each other? School or what?
No, she went to the University of Virginia, which was in Charlottesville.
Okay.
And I used to live in Charlottesville. And so she started some metal bands there. And
So you asked a question earlier.
she had a band called This Means You, which was
This Means You?
This Means You was the name of the band. And like that band and my old band called the Screaming Infidels, which was like a punk band, just straight punk. It wasn't really very rockabilly. It was mostly just straight punk. And we used to play some shows together back when like there was only like a couple venues in the entire town, and anything punk and metal got shoved together.
How long were you in Charlottesville?
Oh, like 14 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, you asked earlier about what kind of costumes the band Guar puts on.
Mhm.
The vocalist who replaced the girl that he's talking about, he has a costume that has a.
Well, he passed away.
Well, no, I'm talking about the new guy. The guy who replaced her.
Okay.
The person who is touring currently.
Gotcha.
He has a like prosthetic thing that he wears over that gives udders. It's like 6 udders that look like dicks, and these dicks spray blood everywhere. They have like piping and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Do people have a cow about it?
A little bit. Off the Guar topic, what would you say the best concert that you've ever seen would be? If you can pick the best.
You know, I've had a long life, and
You played with some badass
I've also
people too, haven't you?
I've also been a musician since I was a teenager. That's all I've really ever done, except for some computer dabbling. I've seen too many concerts to be able to pick one that was the greatest.
You can't think of one that just stands out above the rest?
No, but the funny thing is that when I start thinking about that, I start thinking of things that actually more involve myself rather than somebody I've gone to hear.
Best show you ever played is a question coming up.
Well, I'm not sure that that's the question I'm answering, actually, because I didn't play in this particular one I'm thinking of. It was in Aix-en-Provence in France. It was in the summertime, late in the summer, during the Aix-en-Provence festival, and my wife was a performer in the festival. It's a classical music and opera festival. She was singing with the opera, but she also was giving an afternoon recital outdoors in a close, one of those things you find in an abbey.
A gazebo?
Yeah, as well. Anyway, it was a little outdoor area with buildings, religious buildings around it, and a cloister. That's what it's called, a cloister.
Yeah,
And
cloister.
exactly, goes well with champagne. Anyway, so she was giving a concert, and it was being there was a live audience, but it was also being broadcast on Radio France, which goes all over the huge planet, all over the earth. Radio France. And on that concert, she sang viola songs by Johannes Brahms, which always bring me to tears. And then she also sang a song cycle that I composed. So it was a pretty momentous experience for me. So that's why it's really hard to kind of disambiguate favorites.
Oh, I definitely understand. And that was a beautiful portrait that you painted for us. How long were you able to do music over there?
Well, I've had a few pieces played in Europe that I composed, but I never had a career of any kind in Europe. Although I do have one piece published in France, but my wife performed an awful lot over there, but eventually gave it up to be a teacher.
She won a Grammy, didn't she?
Actually, that's
nominated for one.
Yeah, she was nominated for a Grammy, and that's the wonderful thing about Grammy nominations is that even,
as long as you get that, you're good. Grammy nominated artist.
No, she's was actually on 2 Grammy nominated recordings. She's Jennifer Lane. She's a brilliant musician who has gave an awful lot of herself to UNT. I'm afraid, probably a little more than she should have.
That's unfortunate, but I will say that there are people from UNT that definitely benefited in the good way. Like plenty of people probably exploited that.
Yeah.
But man, I can think of so many talented musicians that I know that had wonderful experiences growing up there or going to school there.
Well, it's a great place in many ways.
I don't know if this is verifiable, but I heard Meatloaf went to UNT.
That is true. Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't Pat Boone go to UNT?
I'm pretty sure. I might be talking out of turn. The internet might be able to prove it.
I thought that was why Denton
Now-
is the name of the place in.
No,
probably horror,
RoboCop,
but-
1,000%. Peter Swellers, the original RoboCop, definitely graduated
Wow.
UNT.
Meatloaf went to UNT.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's,
I knew it.
Dope.
And that's why in Rocky Horror Picture Show, Denton Home of
Denton.
Happiness.
Yeah.
It's because the guy needed a small town name, and Meatloaf was like, I went to this place, like a college in a place called Denton, and he's like, that's perfect, Denton, and they used it for Rocky Horror Picture Show.
the sign,
had no
I think it's
idea.
just a replica sign, is 2 miles that way down the road.
Nice.
Right over by the it's a figure shop, D&D figures. What is your dream venue? The 2 that I get the most common are Red Rocks and Madison Square
Red
Garden.
Rocks is what came to mind at
Yeah,
first.
most people are like, if I'm gonna be honest, if I could play Red Rocks at 11 p.m. under the stars, it's a pinnacle of life moment,
Right.
honestly.
Let's see. I'm going to offer an alternative. The Waikiki Bowl in Honolulu.
Ooh, that would be good. Yeah, I've never had that answer yet. That's a good one. I feel like that would top Red Rocks. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
I just nature playing.
That's
I play death metal, and something about I want to play death metal to where the world can hear it.
God, this is the
You
first
strike me as
one
Grand Ole Opry kind of guy.
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry would be pretty awesome.
I've pictured 4 or 5 different Deathclock stages that would be pretty epic.
I'd also like to see Deathclock at the Grand Ole Opry. Because
Yeah.
that would be
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about Brendan Smalls or are we talking about Death Clock? Because
no,
Deathclock.
the actual
Because
Deathclock.
if you see Death Clock, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So
risk
that'd be
inherent in the
beautiful.
experience.
And they would also end up destroying the Grand Ole Opry and most of Nashville with it, most likely. But anyway, no, you're right. I think Grand Ole Opry is a wonderful choice for me. I guess to me, it's not about the venue per se. Ever since now that I know I'll never play CBGBs. Not the real one.
Real talk, you should just go kick
Maybe
in
the whiskey.
kick in the doors of the store
wait,
that is the CBGBs and just play a show there.
Oh yeah, isn't that like a fucking CVS now or something?
No, it's. I mean, granted, last I saw, who knows how old the photo was. It looked like a private shop. Now they did have some homages to old CBGBs.
What about the Whiskey A Go Go? Is that still?
That is still a thing, and I know people who played it, so that's a doable thing.
Okay, yeah. So maybe the Whiskey A Go Go, that could be cool. I feel like that's like I try to keep my dreams attainable.
I mean, that's how you get them.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to write in the studio, or do you prefer to write in the room? What I mean by in the studio isn't so much like as, paying an engineer. Like, I mean, like with a laptop and composing it by yourself and then bringing a finished song to the band. I prefer writing in the studio. I prefer to compose my stuff basically by myself, then bring it to my band as a project. But some people prefer, screw the riff over it until you, like, finish it.
Oh, these guys mostly write everything.
I mean, we
No,
write
I'm-
our own parts, but
No, I'm
Tristan sends us tracks via a private YouTube channel,
yeah.
which for princely some I will reveal the address of.
Basically what happens is I write the songs, I write everything, but I give them I tell them basically what I want from them, but I give them the liberty to explore it and figure out a way to do it that works for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I compose it in such a way where it's like, this is a composition and you have to play these notes at these exact times at all times. It's more like, it's a suggestion generally.
Here's what I was going
And
for.
we'll try it out, and if it, I'm always willing to take suggestions, but I reserve the right to tell them no.
Yeah.
That's generally the. I mean, would you say that's
Sure.
basically the way
I mean,
it goes?
they're Tristan's songs, and I think
Exactly.
that Cal and I want them to. We want to make the song sound the way he wants it. But I'm going to disagree with him about one thing though. He says, "Well, I don't write down these individual notes and tell each person to play those." And of course, it's exactly what he does, but he doesn't know that's what he's doing. That's.
I'm giving you. I guess what I'm.
He just doesn't know that's what he's really good at it.
What I'm doing. I'm giving you the
tell
freedom.
him, okay, that he's writing.
I'm giving you
music.
the freedom to do notes in between those notes.
Well.
Yeah, like I'm not telling you how to do your like
That's true.
your
It's
walks.
all true. It's
You
all
know,
true.
like
It's all true.
yeah, your walks
Pretty
are all
much
your
all
own.
true. Well.
You know. Like,
Yeah. Well.
hey, I don't tell him how to do his drum fills generally unless it's interfering with a pause.
You don't fuck with
You
my
know.
band.
I'm
No,
just saying. Like, it's,
see, I got to tell you, the fact is that Cal's always got like about this many notes, meaning of the YouTube video, like a bunch of it is instructions as to what he should do, and then toward the end, Tristan will go, and Jim, well, it's like a blues and F sharp minor, and just you know what to do.
Well, that's a compliment.
So it's like,
Okay,
well,
well-
no, it's not that at all. It's just that.
Alright, you know what? It's because I feel weird telling you what to do sometimes, man. Because I'm
I
like,
know I give you
I
such
know-
a hard time either way. It doesn't matter,
therapy,
right?
yeah.
No, I know. Yeah,
But
but
also, like when I'm aware that you've been in the business for as long as I've been alive or longer, I go like, well, man, like I shouldn't over-explain this to him. It's condescending.
no,
right?
you don't have to worry about that.
So like,
Age-splaining.
No, it's
oh,
okay.
fuck you,
But-
buddy. Like
yeah,
Jesus Christ, don't drag me into like God. What, do you kick a brother while he's down? The fuck.
No,
What do
anyway.
you go to dudes like arguing with their girlfriends and be like, by the way, I saw him with another girl, ha, and then run away?
That's exactly
like,
what
you
I
fucking
do.
dick? What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, anyways, for some reason, I think Tristan draws from. He challenges.
just don't fall off my couch
He
again.
challenges Cal and I to do something, and we both kind of are working in this. It's in a weird way. We're kind of working in the same. We're digging in the same hole, in a way. I mean,
He trusts that you know how to use a shovel.
well,
He does.
yeah. I mean,
We're cannibals after all.
He gives us
we're,
guidelines,
yeah,
but he
we're
does-
digging
he
our
does
own
trust
graves.
us that
Maybe
we
I
know
don't know.
Well, that's important whenever you know your musicians. Whenever I'm composing a song, I write the idea of what I want, but it's like, here's the vibe, but I know y'all are going to do you. I want you to do you. Alright, so what is the first song that we heard?
What was the first one?
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
God
4.
damn it, I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
Oh, let's
1,
see.
2, 3, 4.
playing
We
music
do
all
one.
day.
It's a one, two,
Alright.
3, 4. I think.
Yes, Einstein Drive here. Yeah.
How old of a song is this?
That's new.
Oh,
Very new?
like very new. I just
Is
wrote
it one y'all are recording on the
like
album?
three
I wrote
weeks
it.
ago.
I wrote it like less than
Okay.
a month ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Are all the ones that we're hearing completely new?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those are on the new album.
Yeah,
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, but they're all composed.
I'm assuming
by
the album will
less-
probably be out before this
Yeah.
podcast, but it is possible it's.
Depends on how much money I make at these next couple shows and how much I'm able to.
It takes me about 6 months to turn around for a video, so we got.
I have enough money to record the album, but then there's another.
Mastering.
Well, it's not just the mastering; it's the like doing all the CD baby shit.
Promotion.
Yeah, basically, I have the CD baby fees to test for after I pay like the $1,500 for recording. So
Yeah, it's not a cheap hobby being a musician.
it's not a hobby; it's a career. For
That's
me.
fair.
So-
That is fair.
And yeah, please do not say hobby. That's a real.
I use that term loosely because it is my career. I'm a music teacher by
yeah.
trade, and I just loosely meant it. I fully understand exactly because it's a
I'm not,
hard
I'm not
line
trying
to
to be a
walk.
dick. I just
No, I definitely understand.
that is a pebble in my shoe, my friend.
People say that you get that term condescendingly from people sometimes.
Yes.
That's not
Or
what
I hate the most is no, but what do you really do?
Yeah. No, that's not what I was intending by that,
like-
but I definitely fully understand what you're
Yeah.
doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is fairly new.
brand new.
What is the story about with 1, 2, 3, 4? Like, what's the story in the song?
Well, the song is about a guy who has a temper. And it's complained to him by his mother, like, hey, maybe you should like try to stop and count to 10. But he can never get past 4 before he just flips out and does something terrible. And ends up landing him in prison. So that's kind of bad because that's kind of the moral of the
As a
story.
temper will do.
Yeah.
What is song number 2 that we're going to hear?
Cal, you have a better memory than me. What's-
Song number 2 is
Was that
gonna
Radium
be
Girl?
Radium Girl. Yeah.
Okay, so Radium Girl is actually kind of a historical song. It's about a group of female government employees who I think were working in World War I, painting watch faces for GIs that were working in the trenches with basically glow-in-the-dark paint. It glowed in the dark because it was fucking radioactive. And the people who were in charge of them told them, like, hey, the best way to, like, keep your things sharp, your paintbrushes sharp, is to lick them.
Mm-hmm.
So they were licking their paintbrushes between dipping them into radioactive paint because they were painting the numbers, not the watch faces, because the watch faces would just glow too much.
Yeah.
So they got to keep them, like, really sharp so they can paint the numbers. And they started developing tumors and their jaws started falling off. Their bodies started literally they started like dying of radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
And the government just fucking wrote it on and like basically kind of told them they were lying. They resisted payouts. Basically going like, we'll just wait for them to die. I think our lawyers can stave this off longer than their lifespans.
Yeah.
And so only a very few of them were awarded anything.
God damn, I didn't know about that, but I mean, it
Yeah,
does seem like
There's
a
a
very...
book called Radium Girls, and the author's name
Yeah, it
has
seems
slipped my mind.
seems like something the government wants me to not know about.
Came out about 3 or 4 years ago.
So, you're about to hear Radium Girl. This is Rock and Roll Cannibals. We'll be right back.
Cheshire cat. She says she's dying. The doctor's sure about that. My radium girl. Ooh, I love my radium girl. Oh, 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 oh. Well, when she breathes, she sighs and she wheezes. She's so chock full of all sorts of diseases. She's been the subject of so many rumors. She's been the hostess of so many tumors. My radium girl, oh, oh, yeah, I love my radium girl. My radium girl, yeah, ooh, I love my radium girl.
Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard 1, 2, 3, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we're
No,
Radium
no,
Girl.
no, no,
Radium
Radium
Girl.
Girl, yeah. You just heard Radium Girl?
Oh yes, which we meant to mention the author of the book Radium Girls, Kate Moore.
Yes.
2017.
Yeah,
book,
shout out
The
Kate
Radium
Moore.
Girls.
I'm sure it's
Great book.
probably also available.
Yeah, we like to
on-
holler out at a girl, Kate Moore. What up, Kate? Yeah. Aight, holla back.
So what's your favorite instrument brand if you had to choose one? I can see you twitch.
Instrument brand.
Yeah, like what's your favorite, like,
Well, it depends on what kind of instrument.
just in general, like,
So, but there are so many builders that don't build all kinds.
I
of
mean,
things.
this could be a custom shop.
Oh,
This
I
is
see.
your point.
I see.
This is your chance to shout out your hardware. If I don't get a solid answer, hey, what kind of sticks you use?
Right
Well,
now,
I can
pair of
get.
ProMarks.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what kind of sticks do you?
Right now, ProMark sticks. I emulate Chris Adler any way I can, and I know that he is all about ProMarks. And
I can see it in the
Oh,
beard
yeah,
now.
I'm getting there, getting some length going. Yeah, ProMark sticks. Model cymbals are pretty cool. Pearl drums are the only ones I've ever owned, so I haven't, really played around with different shells or anything from other companies. Evans and ProMark heads, or not ProMark, Remo is what I've got on right now. Evans is what I had on before. Those were really durable. Yeah.
Do you only play hollow bodies or semi-hollow bodies?
I also play acoustic guitar.
I mean, that technically would fall into the same kind of color.
I think they're right. That's what.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, I thought you were.
Well, I mean, as far
referring
as
to my
electrics, do you like a fixed bridges or any like solid tops or anything? Because the ES335 style is
only for very specific things. I mean, that like stuff like I guess like some surf rock sounds better on that, but maybe even some punk. I started out on a Squier Stratocaster. Actually, my very first guitar I saved from being smashed on stage because basically I used to have some friends that jammed out all the time, and one of the reason was like one of these guys was like basically a family that made a lot more money than my family did.
Mhm.
So this dude was awkward as fuck and a bit of a douchebag, but he hung out with us because we would hang out with him despite that, and we would hang out with him despite that because he had all this really expensive music equipment that he barely knew how to use, and we were a bunch of like like hungry young musicians, like in our teens.
Yeah.
So we would go over at his place and smoke him out, and play on his Marshall half stack and his drum set, and which why he needed a Marshall half stack in a basement, I don't know, but because he wasn't a professional musician, but one day he told me he was going to give this Squire Stratocaster that I had been playing around on at his house to a friend of his that was playing at Jack's near DC in Northern Virginia to smash it on stage. And I was like, dude, I don't own an electric guitar. If you're gonna let somebody fucking smash it, why don't you just give it to me? I need an electric guitar. And he was like, oh, okay. And so he just gave it to me, and bless his heart.
Wow.
And made sure to smoke him out again for it, And that was my first guitar. I put a bunch of I put an Iggy Pop sticker on it, and a David Bowie sticker on it, and an Andre the Giant sticker on it.
It sounds so much better now.
And an Alternative Tentacles sticker, and a Jello Biafra for President sticker. Yeah, it was, and it
Stickers are important.
It kind of, it's a Squire Stratocaster. It's gonna sound like shit. You don't.
Squire's gotten better over the years, but I definitely understand what you're talking about whenever it comes to the smashing an instrument. That's the one stage thing that I've never been able to get behind because it's the teacher.
Because some kid out there needs that.
That's exactly right. Someone out there could use an instrument, and that could be the thing that sparks it. So I definitely feel you on that, 100%. So segueing back to the same prior question, what is the what brand is your double bass?
Well, the bass I'm playing on this recording is an Upton. It was made about 2012 or something like that. I bought it secondhand from a guy who bought it but never played it.
Is all the neck wear from you?
No, it's pretty much. Bass necks are usually like that.
Okay, so that's not
finished.
actually faded. Okay, it looked like it was just wore out finished, and that's something I was gonna ask.
No, I played it an awful lot, but
because guitar necks will do that sometimes.
Sure.
But they're typically finished.
But the sad amount of wear on the exterior of the bass is all my fault. I'm afraid it was pristine when I received it. But it's very
instruments get love.
It's very frustrating instrument to play on stage at a high volume, and particularly with the technique I use, which isn't typical of psychobilly or rockabilly. So it's pretty frustrating. Most of my bass playing is with electric bass, but I majored in double bass for a while as a music student, and.
Do you play a fretless on the electric bass, or do you stick fretless?
I play everything on that, but I don't know what everything, but I have fretless, and I used fretless for many years. Nothing but it was a 70 P bass fretless.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And
talk about
71.
But my dad has a 72 P bass, and there's not many instruments that my dad starts like, hey, I want to buy that off of you, but that's a 71 fretless P bass. He'd be itching to buy.
Well, I kept the neck, put another neck on it, and sold it. Actually, I traded it to Guitar Center, and got a very nice custom shop jazz relic with some cash thrown in. So that's a little of my history with Guitar Center. But I like.
He got a Blues Junior amplifier for me, is what he did.
Oh well, that's a different. That was
a different bass.
That was a different trade. I forgot about that. But that was and that.
All right.
I think that the best thing there is floating around for the money are those older, road-worn Fender basses. I think that they're superb for the money. The people who put that project together and saw it through did some fancy footwork to make sure those were really nice
Did
instruments.
Fender make upright basses, or are you talking like Fender?
Oh no,
like
I'm talking
P-
about these are
P
just
and J basses.
P&J basses, right?
Yeah.
The Roadworn.
Oh,
series.
okay, yeah.
Which the original series I think only lasted 3 or 4 years, but so I had a really nice one, and Tristan needed an amp, but I didn't need this bass, and so I swapped it to Guitar Center for an amp, which I've gladly given.
Literally
to him.
one of the nicest things anyone's ever done to
That
me
is
in
very
Well,
kind
you
of
need-
you.
You needed an amp, man.
It's
I
true.
didn't need the bass. I have too many.
Thank you. Thank
I
you
have too
again.
many basses. Well, you know, I also I like Yamaha Clavinova pianos, but what I really want is a harpsichord, and I don't want a kit. I want to get a hand-built harpsichord, not custom designed for me. You know, it can be a used older instrument, but that's what I really want.
What other projects are you in?
Projects.
Like other bands? Like
Well,
what other
You
bands?
know, I mostly practice the piano and write music, but
If you ever want to do your solo stuff on the podcast, you're all.
no.
It's
Thank
just an
you.
offer. I always offer. Anytime I find
No,
a
no,
talented
He's a regular Trent Reznor over
I've,
here.
yeah, right. I devoted my life to try to write music in the style of Italian gallant 18th century keyboard composers. So I mean, it's talk about a weird hobby, but that's what I'm obsessed with.
I mean, I literally had a harpist for
I've heard of
like
weirder
episode 11, so I'm trying to do everything. Which
Right.
I'm excited for that episode to come out. That's gonna be
Well,
awesome.
Also, if you think that's a
She-
weird
she
hobby,
got
you really haven't spent enough
$50,000
time on the internet.
I guess
Like-
you're right.
Oh my god.
How do you like?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
prepared for
I'm
that.
not even. What I just told him was this girl brought a $50,000 harp up in here. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I believe that. Sure.
that
Well,
blows my mind how much that is.
I
I got-
used to open for a band called Barling and Collins every Sunday for about 2 years in my early. That was kind of how I got my start in music, in my like late teens, early 20s, and it was a guy with a guitar and a guy with a cello, and the cello was probably worth more than anyone in the bar
That's crazy.
because it was
You know,
over 100
Yeah.
years old.
this is so interesting because
It was an antique.
these
like-
valuable instruments are such a thing these days. I have a piano teacher in Hawaii who I dearly love, Akiko Sanai. And if I'm not mistaken, she has 2 Steinway Grands, a Busendorfer Grand, and a Yamaha Grand. She has 4 grand pianos on Oahu. And I thought about it for a long time.
I don't think I've ever even had $4,000.
Well, right. There you go. I thought about it for a long time, and I realized that she has these very fine instruments, which no doubt she carries mortgages on. She's paying them off. She has a very good teaching business, and
Yeah.
she's a very popular and very well-respected teacher. So,
Well, I'm a teacher.
but I'm now realizing that this is kind of like a savings account.
Yeah, they
It's
hold
an
value.
It's literally investments.
Well, as far as
They are literally
some
investments.
instruments, they don't go down. Like
Right.
those Fender basses you were talking about. My dad's Fender bass is going like it's a family heirloom,
Yeah.
and that's why I know it's going to me because he knows I'm not ever getting rid of that. Like,
Sure,
and
good.
and the longer you hold on to some of those things, the better. Like, because let's be real. They're not making them the way they used to. Just anything, like just in
Well,
general, like
I
nothing
don't
gets.
know. I've played a lot of basses, and the best bass I have by far is a parts bass. It was built by Nino Valenti about 10 years ago. It's got all Sadowski hardware and electronics. It's a 5-string. The rest of it's just Stu Mack stuff that he finished and he assembled.
You need to see my
In
roster.
my-
before
in
you-
my-
Every bass
Are
player
you
I ever
familiar
know
with Roscoe
who
Custom
plays it
Shops?
wants to buy it from me. I'm sorry.
In my personal opinion, I think what you got to do is find a good time period in which they were creating some solid stuff and which
Yeah.
companies were doing
that's
it,
very true.
and do your shopping that way.
A good example of that is Gibson nowadays. I wouldn't fucking give a dime for.
Right,
But if you
but
give me,
like
if you give me a
Gibson in the
70s or a
60s?
60s, 70s,
Holy shit!
yeah, it's like yes, there is just that era of it.
Right, the same way
Yeah,
like
that's a great point.
a Model T Ford is probably more reliable and fixable than any Ford you'd buy now. Try fixing a Ford
I don't know,
nowadays.
it's
You
pretty
can't
hard
even
to-
get into the goddamn
pretty,
engine.
Pretty hard to find all them planetary gears these days.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that if they had the parts, you could fix it.
Well, yes.
That we live in an era of manufactured obsolescence.
Well, that's not
Oh, I'm
not
not gonna argue
untrue at
against
all.
that.
I'm not disagreeing there.
But that's,
Yeah.
you know,
And
it's
also
even true of a
manufactured
65
necessity when it comes to
65
things
bucks.
where they force you to need things that will then break down.
Mm-hmm.
That it's manufactured necessity and then manufactured obsolescence.
But
They
that's
force
also-
you to need the thing that will break down,
Well,
and then you'll have to get a new one.
Well,
But-
planned
but it's-
obsolescence is something that
but it's-
Apple.
But
got
it started
sued by.
with fucking cars, man.
But it's
it
also
started with cars.
But it's inherent in human culture. So we have a material culture. So it's that inherent
that's cool. Drive slow,
temperance is
doing the final
expressed
portion of
through
the
this
interview.
horrible economic system we have.
No, you're good.
Oh,
I guess we'll just edit that out, shall we?
Yeah. Well, there's a reason I made it quick.
So who is that? I'm curious.
That was
Can we call it? We can make him part of the podcast.
Have
they
him
used
call
to be
back.
named Caleb, but they've transitioned to Salem. They've been on the podcast multiple times.
Ah.
Band called Stone Wolf. I also produced their album. Not
How stoned did they get this wolf?
Um,
And did the wolf make it home?
well, actually, unfortunately, we're talking about biblical stoning, and they ate it.
Oh, he did make it home. He called me when he got there.
That's why getting stoned is always better in Colorado than it is in
Jesus
any
times.
Arab
Ancient
country.
Jerusalem.
Yep.
I guess that's why they don't have wolves there.
But yes, they're somebody who's been on the podcast multiple times. Shout out Salem, you know who you are.
Hi, Salem.
So, what was the first instrument you played?
Drums.
Drums?
Yeah.
How old?
I mean, well, unless you count vocals. I don't count vocals as an instrument.
Instrument.
Did you sing in a choir
Yeah, so
when you were a
drums.
kid?
Yes, I did.
Aha.
How old were you whenever you learned drums?
Oh, actually, you know what?
Did you have
I
piano
might-
lessons?
I might actually have to amend this answer. I just realized I was in bell choir in elementary school. So
Aha.
it might have been bells. But that's still percussion?
Yeah, that's percussion.
But
That
you
counts
learned
as
the
drums.
scale.
So still
You
percussion.
learned the
I learned
scale,
some
dude.
percussion.
A
Let's just
lot
say
of percussion, but
I
still-
was a percussionist until 13 when I learned guitar. I started learning guitar.
Was drums yours?
Alright.
Piano was mine,
Piano?
actually. I started taking lessons when I was like 7.
Guys, y'all's band is all sorts of messed up.
Yeah, right? Everybody shifted. Yeah, piano was mine. I took lessons from 7 to 10, and then on and off until I was like 13, 14. And then I've still kind of stuck with that a bit. I've got a handful of songs that I know that I'll, run through every now and then when I feel like it. But drums are still my favorite. Always have been since I started them.
I've never seen you do like a Jerry Lee Lewis thing at any point.
See, that's not like more my style. I like the slow, sad stuff when I do piano mostly.
Really dour emo.
Yeah.
Tim
Absolutely.
Tebow to Jesus
Mhm.
Christ.
Nah.
Oh man, do you? Let me guess. Have you ever figured out what is it? What's that 9 Inch Nails song? You make this all go away. From Pretty Hate Machine.
Oh no, I don't know the parts for that. I should though. I should learn
Oh no, I can teach it to you. It's super easy.
All right, Jim, what was your first instrument?
Well, like Tristan, I sang. I was in a children's choir, and I think every child in a child's choir thinks of the star.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
No,
So
no,
there's-
that's not true.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
No, I knew some kids that like absolutely were just mortified to be up there.
That was me.
That's fair.
I would pretend to sing.
They
I would
like
just
did
mouth
not
the
want to
words a
be
lot.
there at all.
Let everybody
Like,
I had no
Let's
problem
do it.
singing, but I always had like itchy.
Huh.
I
didn't
was
want to
like,
be in
I
front
was a
of
kid.
people.
Yeah,
I
fidgety.
think, so.
Yeah.
They were forced
But
into it.
what
by
about
parents
actual
and shit.
instruments?
Well, I took piano lessons as a child, and then studied French horn, and then about age 13, I discovered the electric bass, or it discovered me. I'm not sure which. And that was my main instrument until I was much older, and I decided that I wanted to go to school and study music. And there was no place, including even Berkeley School in Boston, that would take you as an electric bass major at the time. So I decided to learn the double bass and go back and study the piano. And I've sort of switched that on and off for a long time since.
Did you study at UNT?
No, I was never a UNT student nor not a faculty member at all. I was really pretty much retiring when my wife took the job here that she had.
Okay.
I just realized I'm the only asshole here that doesn't play piano.
I mean, I don't.
And I'm the one that's supposedly a composer.
I don't play it, but I use it as a writing tool and an education tool. Like, I don't play it fancy, but I can read it and talk. Like, it's the easiest way to explain music to somebody. Like, favorite musical?
Does the Book of Mormon count?
Yes, it does.
Then yes.
I guess I'm torn between Rocky Horror and Professor Horrible's sing-along weblog.
Yeah.
Das Barbecue.
Haven't heard of that one.
Really? No.
I have not.
It's about a German barbecue, I'm assuming.
Das.
No, it was composed. And forgive me, Das Barbecue. I've forgotten who composed you. But Spade Jenkins, this guy who ran this Wagner festival somewhere out in the Northwest, he commissioned the retelling of Wagner's Ring Cycle, which are these 4 operas. Each of them were nearly 4 hours long. Well, maybe not quite that. Anyway, he commissioned a musical that is a retelling of the whole thing, of the whole Ring Cycle, and it's set in Texas.
Set in what?
Texas.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Tetris for a second.
No,
Where we are.
Well, yeah, Tetris in Texas ain't that far off.
Bum, ba-da-da-da-da. Actually, now I want to hear the country version of that.
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
There's going to be a lot of boomer bins.
You should check out Das
Hear
Barbecue.
it on
The thing is,
I will.
I think it was. I
Do
think
they have
also,
like a video format of it, or is it?
I believe so. I mean, I think it was a VHS at one point.
I'm gonna go white girl on it, but Sweeney
but-
Todd.
Anyway.
I love me some Sweeney Todd.
Sadly, it's the kind of thing that probably only assholes that really love Wagner opera, would really enjoy. So if you just think it's terrible, I can understand.
Was the Fledermaus Wagner? Or was
No.
that?
No.
If I can sit through Human Centipede, I can watch the Wagner. I'm joking.
No,
Never actually watched that movie.
Well, now I just want to see that done as an opera.
There you
fucking
go.
right.
You're a genius. You write it, dude. You'll get it produced.
All right. On that amazing note, what is song number 3 that we're gonna hear? Actually, no. Hoodoo Hop.
The Hoodoo Hop.
Hoodoo
The
Hop.
Hoodoo Hop. So,
Alliteration, sir.
yeah.
Alliteration.
so I'm assuming this is also still a new song, right?
Yeah.
Well, I new to them. I wrote it
Okay.
quite a while ago, but it was one of those things that kept not making it onto other albums because I don't know, either it wasn't the right time, it didn't work with the other material, or whoever I was working with at the time couldn't get it well enough, and so I think
It's kind of challenging in its own way.
yeah, it's a little skippy. It's almost half a swing song.
I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
That's a very good point, Tristan. That's a really good point.
Thank you. I tried to be pointy.
I'm
very
not.
pointy.
I'm not wrong to say that today was the first time y'all got to play these songs together, right?
Yes, it's
That
true.
is today is the first day we've ever played any of this together.
It's
I
true.
sent them some.
I think it'll be
scratch
quite
tracks.
obvious when they hear my part.
Well, I sent them. I sent them
On the
scratch
outside,
videos
you
of me
seemed
playing
good.
the songs acoustic.
Yeah.
For them to use for reference. We practiced for a couple hours in here.
Yeah, they got to practice for like 2 hours before we actually did the session. So
Yeah.
you're hearing everything like pretty much as it came, which
We raw dogged this podcast,
Which, yet again,
my friends.
Raw dogging,
From-
is that
from
what
the
this is?
from the outside view, I didn't notice anything.
Raw
like, it
dogging.
didn't seem loose. It seemed.
Well, I'm glad this is a tight raw dog then.
yeah, tight raw dog.
Didn't
All
seem
right,
loose at all.
Raw dogging. Did you hear that, Ace? Raw dogging. Did you hear that?
Oh, that poor dog.
Man.
That's all he does.
He's literally hiding behind my guitar case right now, by the way. I don't know what that says
All right.
about us.
So we are about to be hearing the Hoodoo Hop. This is still the Rock and Roll Cannibals. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, down in the bayou, we wanna find you right after dark. There's a party and you're invited along. Find an old shack and an old jukebox and a bit of mistakes in a combo box and a zombie band that's really gone. Once start rocking, we ain't gonna stop. Everybody bopping down the swamp. Everybody's hopping to the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Hoodoo hop. Well, the voodoo man raised up his hand, got the attention of the zombie band, grabbed the microphone and then he said, if anybody here don't know the score, if I don't see you on that damn floor, gonna leave this swamp with a shrunken head. Once start rocking, we ain't gonna stop. Everybody bopping down the swamp. Everybody's hopping to the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Do the hoodoo hop. Hoodoo hop.
I wonder if he has like some kind of thing he like, pushes a button and it comes up with a random question or something.
No, I have all my questions right here. Now,
well,
for
see-
the record, y'all are getting like I've cut a bunch of questions. For example, fuck, marry, kill your own band. I didn't ask that one.
Thank you.
And also, you're not allowed to kill yourself.
Damn it.
So I'm avoid. What's your grandma smell like?
I guess I'll just go fuck myself then if I can't kill myself.
I'll accept that. I also have things like, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I've never seen one. I'm
What?
pleased to remain that way.
What animal would your drummer be?
Animal from the Muppets.
That's not an animal. That's a person.
That's a Muppet. There's
Is a
not
Muppet a
really
person?
either.
There, yeah. I guess
Ah, okay, I got this.
it's
Wait,
in between
what's
almost.
number 2?
Is a Muppet a person?
I think
Okay,
you
yeah.
would be a... You... Huh.
A Muppet's sort of an avatar.
True. Yeah.
All right.
A ferret. You'd be a
A
ferret.
ferret? I'll take it.
Because you're easily domesticated, but you still, like, you want your space. But you're not a cat.
I think he's saying
Because
you
you're
smell.
not mean enough to be a
Yeah,
cat.
my.
You're not mean enough to be a
stinky
cat.
little
All right.
weasel noodle.
You are noodly. Sorry.
You're right. Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard Hoodoo Bop with
Hoodoo Hop.
Hoodoo Hop. Damn it, that's what I was.
Ah.
Let me do that again. Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast with the Rock and Roll Cannibals. You just heard Hoodoo Bop.
No.
Fuck!
leave it going.
Hoodoo Hop!
There he goes.
The Hoodoo Hop.
Okay, so maybe we should do take 6.
I'm leaving the first take. So, what would you say the first album you can remember listening to on repeat? Like, I'm talking like, not the first one you can remember loving. I'm talking like, what's the first one that was like, you had, I'm gonna play again. So the first one that I can remember, the podcast has heard this millions of times though, is I got a cassette player, and that day that I got the cassette player, I got the Space Jam soundtrack. And I listened to that shit over and over and over. Was the first thing, first, vinyl compilation of music that you really just played over and over again.
I got a one of those cassette tapes that was like party songs for Halloween parties.
That's it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song on it?
Let me see here. Season of the Witch wasn't bad. There was also
Donovan?
well, honestly, Purple People Eater
Oh yeah.
was great.
That was one of
That
my
was
favorite
that was
songs
also
when I
like
was
one of the
9
first
years
tongue
old.
twisters
Yeah.
that you get to use.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe it that you heard all these songs that I heard growing up as a child. It's really funny.
Of course, the Ghostbusters theme is fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But that was
it's
always
good.
on. You gotta crank that every time.
Yeah, that's.
I can't tell you how many times, especially as a kid, I rode down the street on my bicycle with the Ghostbusters theme just cranking in my headphones. Yeah.
Dude, yes. That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
It has some great leads.
And
It was
he's
during the era of power metal at its
Yeah,
finest.
right?
I can just see him riding around my neighborhood. So
He
I
has
live
a-
in the same neighborhood he grew up in.
He
Yeah.
he has a baseball card strapped in the tire.
Yeah, blasting. I ain't afraid no ghost. Yeah.
In reality, we were all afraid of
feeling
ghosts.
gangster as fuck.
All right, first album you can remember listening to or repeat.
Oh man, on repeat, probably Physical Graffiti, Led Zeppelin.
Good Lord.
Purely because my mom recommended it to me, and I was like, okay, cool, and I just ran with it, and it still is my favorite Zeppelin album to this day. It holds a really significant sentimental
favorite track?
value, and
Favorite track?
favorite track. Oh man, probably 10 Years Gone. Really nice one. I like the build.
Oh yeah.
In any song, the contrast between the quiet and loud stuff, and just the musicality of it, but
Dynamics
they're
are
just,
so
yeah,
important.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, the dynamics of that one, and just the structure of it, and just the way it hits me on road trips.
Did you listen to it on a cassette or vinyl?
CD actually.
Oh, CD.
Yeah,
How old are you?
I will be 29 in a month.
How old are you,
He's the
Tristan?
baby.
5
He's the
weeks.
baby of
I
the
am.
group.
So you were 86. So that means you're.
I'm about to turn. I turned 37 on the 31st.
Yeah, that's
I'm about to turn 37.
Yeah, I'm 34s.
Yeah.
Jim, what was your first?
Hey, you're not even
album?
gonna ask him. Fuck you.
Well, he's asking me about the album I
He
played
said
on
he
repeat.
said he's 74.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, actually,
I know how old he
I'm
is.
73 and 2
Oh, okay,
thirds,
yeah.
actually. You come right
Well,
down
I
to it.
start rounding up. I
no.
guess once I get older, I'll stop rounding up.
That happens. I can
Like
tell you. It
eventually, I'll be like, no, I'm not gonna round up anymore.
Well, yeah.
But first one you can really remember putting on again and again.
Well, and I'm going to omit 45 RPM records.
That's what we got here.
Those are 33 and a third.
Oh, I mean, I have 45s. Wait, that's a 45.
Yeah, well, it could be. That's about the right
Wait,
size.
there are 45s in there.
Yeah.
This does 45s and
Yeah.
33s. So
Would you
Yeah.
say you have at least 45 45s?
no, I have at least 45 33s.
Goddamn.
My dad has probably 45 45s, but we're talking about something else.
How old is he?
He just has a lot of guns.
No, how old is he?
63, 64.
So he's 63 and he has 40.
All right, hold on,
He has
Jim.
63 and he has at least 50 45.
But Jim,
Well, sure.
Sorry.
The album I remember doing that with earliest was you're just gonna think I'm completely a dork. I'm like a 7-year-old, and I'm listening to the two classical music, the two albums in the house. We had two albums. One was Schubert's Unfinished Symphony on one side, and the on the other side was Dvorak's New World Symphony, D minor, and I think. Anyway, then the other disc was, I think I'm confused. Anyway, that was 2 LPs.
What about the
total.
first one you purchased for yourself?
Yeah, it was the Beach Boys, believe it or not. It was probably in early '64, and it was the Little Deuce Coupe album, and which has a lot of really fine singing on it.
Lots of harmonies.
Yeah, and that was what I really loved about it. That the bass playing was not particularly inspirational even to me then, and I'd started playing about a year probably before I bought that. Mostly we listened to 45s, to tell you the truth. We couldn't usually afford albums, so we would hear a 45 on the radio and buy it and try and learn it. You know, that was kind of how we worked as
Well, I guess in my mind,
13-year-old
I think
musician.
because of my, like, where my age grows, or where my age group was, and how, like, I remember 8 tracks, but, like, they were obsolete, and cassettes were like, whenever I think of 45s and 33s, I think of those as just albums, and, like, in general.
Sure.
So those kind of lump. But also you brought up the Feeling Like a Dork over the album. I said my first one that I listened on to repeat was Space Jam. That's a dork.
Yeah.
What you have is a bias.
And mine
No,
was,
but
remember,
but
mine
there
was
was
a
no-
fucking Halloween party
Well,
CD.
my
or
parents
just
were pretty
tape,
religious,
like-
and they didn't like Elvis at all.
Yeah, no, my mom was not happy about that one either, because she.
Yeah.
Well, my mom didn't like Michael Jordan. She felt like he didn't give enough to charity.
Mm-hmm. What? That might be so. It might be so. I don't know. But
I just remember going to Space Jam and being a little weirded out that they like had as much adult humor as they did in it, because I just
You're at the age where you could catch it.
no, I think I'm just like I was a little smarter than some of my peers. Like, I mean, because I saw it when I was 9. You know?
That movie came out and it was catered towards
Also-
my age group, and you're 3 years older than me, so like
okay, maybe I was a little old for
well,
it.
that tells me whenever I saw it in the theaters, those adult jokes went
I
over my head.
will say Lola Bunny gave me funny feelings.
Lola Bunny was way too hot.
But like I remember there like Bill Murray having that joke with, it was like, what do you think, I'm not going to be good at basketball because I'm white? And he's like, no, like Larry Bird's white. And he's like, he's not white, he's clear. Larry is clear. And I remember going like, oh, that's not really like child humor, is it? You know?
My favorite was when Bill Murray was like, "I'm going out on top."
Yeah.
All right, so what is the final song we're going to be hearing for the evening?
It's going to be Coyote.
How long have y'all had this one? Yet again, all these are fairly new in the
This
writing
is
process.
probably the newest one. I think it's the last one in my songbook.
Might have been.
Yeah, it's the last one in my songbook.
Either that or 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those two. They were both toward the end.
Yeah. They were like it's kind of like a.
I'm just going by the order in which I received emails more than anything.
Well, here's okay.
But I missed the
thing.
thread.
1, 2, 3, 4
order
had
of the
existed as a guitar riff for a long time before I put lyrics to it. I had been working on that one. I wrote several versions of it, and this was the final version where I liked the lyrics. So this is actually older than Coyote. Coyote was like.
Well, you should explain the lyrics because they're rather astonishing, actually.
Of what, Coyote?
Coyote? Oh.
I mean, he told me the story, but yes, go ahead.
Okay, so the lyrics of Coyote is basically this person takes some peyote, and they wander out tripping in the desert, and realize more and more that they have gotten themselves completely lost, and they're hallucinating violently, and now they're lost in the middle of nowhere, and the sun's coming up eventually, and they're probably going to die because their dumbass wandered off while tripping in the desert.
Don't take
Like
drugs in the desert.
Yeah.
So-
or rather, if you're hanging out with a bunch of people and you're tripping, don't wander off into the wilderness
This is
and
this
think
taken
that
in
your
the
friends
same
are gonna find you.
This comes from the same social-minded spirit of that Tristan has that also brought you. Please don't
Feed the werewolves cocaine. Yeah, it's another public service announcement,
Yeah, it
basically.
is.
Drug-related
Basically, it
public
is.
service announcements.
Yeah.
That was on our, I think, second album. Please don't feed the werewolves cocaine.
Yeah, I feel like that's a valid statement. I mean, all I see is like, are they rabid? Nope.
They don't have to be.
Well, like
But
the foaming at the mouth isn't from being rabid.
Also, the difference is at least the coke will wear off. Rabies does not. Okay?
Now, if they are addicted to cocaine, it gives you another chance to get silver into the system.
Fucking throw a Gatorade at them and, get behind a brick building.
Alright, so at this point, we're going to shift gears from werewolves.
Alright.
Okay, alright.
Well,
What
you
is-
lost
where-
me already.
I'm sorry.
Shifting gears from werewolves.
Werewolf
Why do you
shifting
want to do
gears.
such a thing?
Werewolf Truckers. There's a song.
It is.
No, that's a lifestyle, sir.
Fast in the werewolfiest.
I think you
That's
just
also
you
that
just
might be
started
a-
the lyric,
Oh,
man.
That also that might be a
Werewolf
reality
trucking
TV
is
show.
a
sir.
lifestyle.
Yes, screw Ice
It
Road
just
Truckers, it's
begins
werewolf.
Today on
Lyric.
History Channel, Werewolf Truckers. Up
Alright.
next, Shark Week. Anyway,
So, other than on this couch, where can we find the Rock and Roll Cannibals?
We only live on the internet.
Well, www.rockandrollcannibals.com. We are playing at Andy's on Wednesday, the 30th, August 30th.
2023.
Huh?
2023. This year.
2023.
Right.
And I'm also playing solo at Delta 8 Denton at on this Saturday. What's this Saturday?
Dang, September 2nd.
September 2nd. Yeah, so
Yeah.
September 2nd.
We used to have calendars on our walls.
Then let me see here. I'm playing at Sandollar in Las Vegas on Halloween night.
That's nice.
Nice.
That's really nice, Tristan. I didn't know that.
I'll be in Vegas in early October. I'll hit you up before I actually head that way.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to the When We Were Young Fest, but we'll have 4 days. Other than that fucking bullshit.
But it'll be a full Rock and Roll Cannibals show. These guys won't be able to make it, but I got a couple guys local in Vegas that are
They're
gonna
way
fill
better
in.
than us, believe me.
They're good. I'm not gonna take sides on that one way or another.
All I hear is that we
all
need to have a bloody battle royale to decide. 4 musicians enter, 2 musicians leave.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sunday. Alright. So, rockandrollcannibals.com. Where is that? Where we can find all resources to purchase merch and shit like that?
Yep, if you want to purchase merch, that's the place to go. Or if you want to find all of our music on Spotify,
Right.
Amazon Music, all that kind of stuff, you can find.
You
us
can
on
check
there.
here for the link that I'm not gonna put in.
Aw. That makes me sad. But yeah, you can find me on all that stuff. Just Google me, and you can probably find us. Tristan Thorndyke's Rock and Roll Cannibals, and it's not rock and, it's rock, letter N, Roll Cannibals. Please make sure just the N, Rock N Roll.
He's had 40 lawyers, trying to tell him not to say that, but he says it anyway.
Well, no, it's just like they typed the wrong thing, and
I'm
they
just teasing him.
Alright.
No, he's right. Be sure to use N, not and.
Yes.
So, and our last song is Coyote.
Yeah.
Alright, so, or rockandrollcannibals.com with an N. This is Tristan Thorndyke and the Rock and Roll Cannibals. You're about to hear Coyote. Guys, thank you very much for coming. I know it's been a long trip and you got a lot of shit going on ahead of time, but thank you very much for taking the time and getting this doing this with us. It's been a blast. I've had a great time having
Me
you
too.
all.
Same.
But yeah, we're gonna call it. Let y'all get home and relax, and at least as far home as you're gonna be able to get this evening.
The stars are laughing at me and I hear Coyote chuckle. I saw a random spiky man, he tried to attack us. I fought him for a while until I found he was a cactus. My face is chalky white and I got bloodstains on my knuckles. The dogs are laughing at me and I hear Coyote chuckle. Sun is coming up and now I'm lost in the desert. I got no idea where I am, I might be here forever. Phone is going fast and my water's going faster. I see the vultures circle